Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, a young lady named Lima called this morning during Get It Off Your Chest. We missed her call this morning, but she wanted to know if liars, cheaters, and thieves are actually born like that. So I'm sure she was hurt from a dude, and she wanted to know. She wanted some clarity. So that is the question, 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts, Charlamagne?
I wish my therapist was available right now, because we actually had a discussion about this. And that's when I said, the thing about kids lie for survival. Survival may not be the right word, but kids lie when they know that they're going to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. And nobody taught kids how to lie. Your kid could be 3-4 years old, but if they're aware that there's consequences to their actions, right? They did something that they know they had no business doing, and they think that they might get, in trouble for it. They're going to say they didn't do it. So that's just a natural instinct. That's self-preservation in a lot of ways.
But do they see that from somewhere, whether it's a cartoon or whether a friend, right? And the reason I say that is my youngest kids, right? My 9, my 8, and my 6-year-old, right? Sometimes I think they should be lying when they don't lie. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is let's say they hear a bad word on a YouTube video they watching.
Yeah.
They'll come running upstairs and say, "Hey, Dad, I just heard this on YouTube."
My kids do that too.
Or if me and my wife are out and they want a snack, they'll call and be like, "Hey, can I have a snack?" I wasn't like that. If I heard a curse, I just kept it moving.
No, my kids
if I wanted a snack, I'm going to go get it.
But that's different, because we tell our kids these are bad words. So if we tell our kids these are bad words, they want to come back and report
they were bad words as a kid. Would you ever call your mom and dad be like, "I just heard a bad word"? Or you going to keep listening to that rap song?
Well, no, because I knew better than just to call my mom and dad for nonsense. That's the other thing we need to talk about. It's too easy to be, it's too accessible to our parents nowadays. I shouldn't be able to just call when I used to call my mom and dad for something that was going on at the house, it was because it was a real serious situation.
You right.
Okay?
Yeah, because my kids call me for some BS sometimes. I'm like, "Why are you calling me?"
I honestly don't think I've ever done that, ever in my life. I've never just called my parents randomly. Right. I didn't have first of all, I couldn't. Because when I used to get dropped off, at the house, it'd be 3 o'clock. I used to have to stay at the house in 3rd grade, by the way, until an adult came there. We ain't had no cell phones or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So who the hell was I calling anyway?
Yeah, you're right.
But now we off to another tangent.
Okay, you're
right.
But
my point is, I feel like a lot of that is self-preservation with kids. So I don't think liars are born that way. And cheaters, when it comes to infidelity, we're definitely not born that way. That's definitely a learned behavior.
Through music, through watching television, through our
friends. My daddy. Damn. My daddy looked me in my eyes when I called salute to my dad. I love my pops. When I called my dad cheating back in the day, my dad looked at me and said, "Oh, you only got one wife? I mean, not one wife. You only got one woman?" You know what I'm saying? He said, "When you get older, you gonna understand." My daddy said that to me when I was like 16, 17 years old. So yes.
Hello, who's this?
This is Lynette.
Lynette, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
We're good. Now you heard the topic. What's your thoughts, Mom?
Yes, I did. My thoughts is this, and this is my opinion.
Okay.
It's supposed to be natural life, habitual life. But men,
stop.
They're just born with it.
Stop. That's not right. Stop. That ain't true. See, stop. We all humans at the end of the day. Stop.
And I think they just get that cheap part from their dad.
First of all, by your logic, since yesterday was Easter Sunday, the first woman to ever deceive somebody was Eve. Okay? Adam was cool. God said don't eat the apple. Adam minded his damn business. But who went and ate that apple? Huh?
Ain't nobody dwelling on the past. Nobody's dwelling on the past. That's what it is.
Goodbye, Lynette.
Man, that is so funny. Somebody bring up the Bible, like, ain't nobody dwelling on the past.
Hello, who's this?
Man, that is hilarious.
This is Talia.
Hey, Talia, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Doing
Peace,
pretty
Talia.
good. So you know the question. She was a lady called this morning, wanted to know if liars and cheaters were born like that.
Right. And as far as the liars part, nobody teaches their kids just to be a liar. First thing they do is just teach you right from wrong. And then as of that part, as growing up, it's up to you to choose on if you're going to, be a compulsive liar or you're going to choose it to tell a little white lie here and there when it needs to be told.
That is very true.
As far as the cheating part, now that's it there, yeah, you definitely learned that from, I don't know, your stepdaddy, your daddy, your cousin, somebody.
No, that's definitely learned behavior. That's absolutely learned behavior.
Ebony, good morning.
Good morning.
How you feeling, Ebony?
I feel pretty good. And you?
Good, good, good. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Houston.
Houston. All right, we're asking. Lady called this morning. She wanted to know if liars and cheaters are born like that. What's your opinion, Ebony?
Well, I think I'm going to bring it back to the biblical stage, the fall of man. Okay, because man made that first fight, the woman made me do it, right? So I'm thinking about babies. When you have a newborn, they cry, and then you run in there and get them, and they stop.
Right.
Then you put them down, and then they cry, and then you run in there and get them, and they stop.
Right.
So that's a crying lie. And then as they get older, just like Charlamagne said, when they get in trouble, they lie to get out of trouble. So it's up to the parent to teach that child. Because if you let that baby lay there, then they're going to stop doing that crying.
I don't like that. I feel like that's cruel and unusual punishment. That's something me and my wife debate about all the time. Like when my wife, when she was like sleep training the kids, you got to sleep train the kids. I'm like, man, you just don't. I can't stand to sit there and just let the baby cry until they fall asleep.
I can't do that either. Nah,
I feel like you traumatized me.
I try, and then after about 30, 45 seconds, I'm like, nah, I can't do that because you just don't want them to cry. But that's part of the problem. Why? A lot of my kids didn't leave my bed until about 2 years old.
I also don't think that's a cry lie. I just think that these kids want comfort for the moment. So they want to be held, you know what I mean? And then when you hold them, they stop crying. And then when you lay them down and they realize they're not being held no more, they cry again. I don't think that's a cry lie.
Yeah, but then you got kids that's in your bed to 2 years old, and that's a problem.
Well, you got to sleep train the kids.
Yeah.
I got that going on right now. We got the 18-month-old.
800-585-1051. Now, if you just joined us, a lady called this morning. Her name was Lima. She wanted to know this. She wanted to know if you are a liar or a cheater, are you born like that? That is the question. Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Get your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, a young lady named Lima called this morning. She wanted to know. I don't know who she's dealing with, but she wanted to know if you are a liar or a cheater, are you born like that? Or is it learned behavior? Charlamagne?
I don't think you're born a liar. I think that, kids lie, and you see that we all got young kids, you know what I'm saying? Kids lie simply because they don't want to get in trouble. So I think that's a form of self-preservation. I think when it comes to infidelity and cheating, that is absolutely positively learned behavior, 100%.
Hello, who's this?
Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa. Talk to us, Vanessa.
Well, I want to say good morning and thank you guys so much for having up energy in the morning. We all love listening to you and we appreciate that y'all do.
Vanessa, your phone is crazy. You got us on Bluetooth for speaker?
No, I do not. I haven't had a headset.
Oh, can you take us
I'm
off
on my
that
way
headset?
to work.
Yeah, we could barely hear you. Can you take us off that headset right fast? I'm sorry.
Yes.
And thank you, Vanessa, too. We appreciate you listening and appreciating us.
All right. Good morning, fellas. Can y'all hear me?
Way better.
Yep.
Okay. So my thoughts, I think it's a genetic behavioral trait. I think that when you grow up in a household and somebody in that family goes along with that behavior of cheating and lying, I think it passes down to their kids. With that being said, I did grow up in a household where my father cheated on my mother, and he brought me along to every female date that he had because they had children.
No.
And then we somehow stayed that night.
Damn.
No. So how you grew up? You had a bunch of stepmommies?
Yes.
Are you still?
I have an older half-sister that I nothing know about. She's in another country. And keep in mind, my dad is Hispanic. That's why I don't go along with any Hispanics. You just all cheat around.
Damn it, man.
So you don't date Hispanic men?
I do not.
That's right. You date black men because black men don't cheat.
Exactly.
That's right.
That are Caucasian. So they're the most honest, honestly.
Jesus.
That's not true.
So I just think that the Hispanic dad was saying that my father, he taught my brother that that's the game of life. You cannot just have one sex. You need to have them all. Do not be stingy. Everybody needs love.
My daddy told me that when I was young, too. My daddy literally looked at me and said, oh, you only got one girlfriend? Now, as I got older and we got older, he said I was absolutely right to have one woman. But, when I was young, he definitely messed me up.
Hello, who's this?
This is Brian. How you doing?
Brian, what's going on?
So I think that it's the parents' fault, and here's why.
Okay.
We inadvertently teach our kids to lie when they're young, and they hear us talking to our significant other, and let's just hypothetically say someone knocks at the door, and you see who it is. He's like, "Tell him I'm not here." The kids pick up on that kind of thing. You're lying right there.
You right. You right, because I remember Jehovah's Witnesses used to come knocking on the doors, and my parents would be like, "Tell me that home." Yeah, you right.
Well, guess what?
Yep.
I was a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, I was the person going out on the field service every Saturday with my mom and my sister and knocking on those doors. Okay. So F all y'all dishonest people, okay? I hope y'all don't make it into heaven.
Nah, you right.
I hope y'all don't become one of the 144,000.
Because even when people call, like your mom and daddy be like, tell them I'm sleeping. Yeah, so you right.
Exactly.
Dang.
That's a good point, brother.
Thank you, Brian.
That is a fantastic point.
Now, that's a perfect point because we all do that. We all do that to our kids, or our kids will hear us. But who calling? Oh, don't answer the phone. We do it all the time.
That's why I tell my kids when the doorbell ring or somebody knocks, don't go to it. You go get an adult, all right? So when you go get that adult can make the executive decision. That's when you tell the adult, hey, tell them people I ain't here.
Right, okay? But that's a lie.
That's what they learn. But I'm telling that to the adult. Not the kids.
But the kids hear it.
No, they don't. That's where you got to whisper. You know how to use the inside voice? Use your inside voice.
Or somebody come ask you for money and you say, I ain't got it. Your kids know you got it. That's a lie.
No. I tell my kids that no is perfectly okay to say. All right? Trust me, my oldest daughter hears those conversations. When people calling me, she hears those. And I tell her straight up, like, you can't just do for everybody. You know?
Well, what's the moral of the story?
I don't know.
No.
We heard a bunch of them just now.
See,
I didn't lie just now. I don't know.
All right.
We heard a bunch of them. I personally think that all of this stuff is learned behavior, you know, because when you're young and you lie as a child, it's just self-preservation. I don't think I don't think you have the intention of I'm lying. You're just trying to save yourself and protect yourself.
Okay. All right, when we come back, we got to talk Bow Wow. Bow Wow talks about him stepping to Diddy. Also, Caitlyn Jenner's mad at y'all. We'll tell you why when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up
in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.